Today, from Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin, it's Week 17 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers taking on Alex Smith and the Washington football team.
This place first opened way back in 1957. We are inside legendary Lambeau Field here in Green Bay. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Washington football team and the Green Bay Packers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Packer team as we enter play here. They come in off a loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple months. 5 wins in their last 8 games. Meanwhile, for visiting Washington, they come in at 15-0, 1 win short of a perfect regular season.
And it's something we've only seen a couple of times. Miami in 1972, New England in 2007. We know they're not going to mail it in. They're going to go for it.
So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. They'll be led out by the #1 overall selection back in 05 out of the University of Utah. It's Alex Smith.
I know you saw in your email that the ballots will be coming in after this week's games for league MVP. You've got to vote. I've got to vote. We're getting ready to see a closing argument in this one, though. Can he lock it down?
Week 17, the last act. We're not supposed to say who we're voting for, but I can say this. He's in the stadium right now. So there you go. There's my hint.
There's your hint right there. I'm going to wait until after this one is over. He's got to sway me with one more performance.
Off of play action, here's Smith. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. Throwing is Smith. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away, not intercepted.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Gibson, the ball carrier, taken down at the 41. It's a gain of 4. And it's
the Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the third down stop. To throw is Smith. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington first down.
A gain of 14. First down, Washington.
And to give this time to the tailback.
Antonio.
The numbers for him from a week ago. 15 carries, 109 yards, and a touchdown.
Thing I do know, teams in the NFL don't treat this like a pitcher throwing a no-hitter. It's been mentioned all week long about going out and getting him the rushing title. He'll see the ball, and he'll see it often.
On 2nd and 7, Smith. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
The first down line at the 34 here on third down. Here's Smith. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 25-yard line.
They give him 16 yards there, and it's a Washington first down.
First down throw, it's Smith. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. 25 yards for the touchdown.
And Washington takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive.
Could not have scripted it any better. And many offenses do script their opening possession on offense. They followed that one perfectly. Took the ball right downfield and scored, giving energy not just to the offensive unit, but to their team overall.
It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead.
So that drive in total 8 plays.
And it was polished. Off by a Washington touchdown.
Dustin Hopkins to kick off for Washington.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
Now this will make it into the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Here we go with a Packer offense guided by their decorated QB with a long list of Pro Bowls and other accolades next to his name, of course. Aaron Rodgers leading the way.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out of the gun, he'll throw.
Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
On the punt for the Packers.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is fielded at the 27. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. On 1st and 10, Smith. That's complete to Butler. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
29 yards. And the Washington first down.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner, and with good timing, you get a completion, as we just saw there.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call.
Holding offense. That's not good enough, man.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Back to throw, Smith. That is caught at the 7.
Smith's pass.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown.
Touchdown, Washington.
Terry McLaurin, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season.
And Washington going to add on to their lead.
Now it's Hopkins to add the extra. Point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time.
Dustin Hopkins to kick off for Washington.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
The Packers offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive. And the last drive, their 1st drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession and try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Jones, the ball carrier.
The numbers for Jones last week, 16 carries, 82 yards and a touchdown.
He's having a nice season, and he knows where he ranks in the league. Don't ever let a running back tell you that they don't know that. They do. So what he's doing now is lobbying the offensive coordinator all week long. Hey, how about a few more touches? He's one big game away from maybe leading the league.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Shotgun now for Rodgers. They'll get this complete to the Notre Dame man, Equinemius St. Brown. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run, as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage.
It's a loss of a yard.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers, he's got Burton here. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. But he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Rodgers finding Adams for a Packer first.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's
under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Deron Payne racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. And does Washington have it? They do.
Montez Swift. Alex Smith sack.
He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
Well, we were out at practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a two-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. Two-hand. Oh, I get it. Two-hand monster. Both hands on the football, taking care of it, putting it away so the ball doesn't get dropped.
Following the fumble recovery, Smith. Short throw to the tight end, Thomas. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
1 yard gain.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Smith. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
First down, Washington.
On first down, Gibson. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage.
Ball carrier.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further down.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown.
Terry McLaurin with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the third most in a single year.
And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further.
What a first quarter. Boom, you're up 3 scores just like that. The offense clicking.
And they're thinking to themselves, we can totally overwhelm this team. Now flip it over. They're going to get the ball back.
Yeah.
Can't panic here. Talk to yourselves. One play at a time to try and get back in.
And that's cliche, but really that's the message. This is still very early on in the game. We're in the first quarter.
If you look at it as down 20, then you almost have no shot.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
We get a look at Equinemius St. Brown as he and the rest of the crew march out. Onto the field. He's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season, but you read the local paper this morning. There was no talk of that mark. They interviewed him, and he wasn't talking about 1,000 yards. The old cliche focused on this game. If he has a big one, might be able to get the win and the 1,000 yards.
Seems like he just wants to let it come to him, right, as opposed to trying to force it. And that's probably the right idea and the right attitude. So game situation, play calling will dictate things. Now, how does he get there once he tries to get hot? Formations, route running, trying to get mismatches for him, different types of routes he will run downfield, short, medium, long. All those things will come into play as he tries to get to that magical number.
On second down, it's Jones. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That good for 19 and a first down. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 21-0 our score after 1. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Throwing is Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 95 catches for him now on the year, and it's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
They go back to the ground with Jones. And I think we've got a hold here. It's a 5-yard pickup for the moment. Let's see what our referee says. So that one will be accepted.
Still first down.
Rodgers going to give this one to Dillon. In on the stop, the safety, Troy Apke.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers making the catch is Sternberger. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Sternberger. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 7.
From the gun, Rodgers. Strong coverage by Washington. And now 4th down.
Incomplete. Intended for Equanimous.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
So now the Packers turn things over to the special teams crew. They're on for the field goal try. On the left hash, officially, it's called a 51-yard attempt. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Seven yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
On 2nd down, it's Love, and he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
They'll run on first down. Love stops short of the 25, but that second effort got him a couple extra. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll run with Love. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a... Third down.
And it's 3rd down.
Now Smith. And he's got him. Got his man on the end route. Complete. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
Down Washington.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
He was brought down at the 13-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Now a give right side. It's Gibson. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington.
Antonio Gibson.
Touchdown number 18 on the year.
And Washington is able to stretch their lead.
Offensive line coaches always tell their guys, if we score touchdowns, that means we got to the end zone first. That's exactly what those blockers did, clearing the way for their back.
And they open the lead up now to 25 points. So that one an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it's capped off by a 13-yard touchdown run.
Dustin Hopkins to kick off for Washington.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Now come the Packers for their next drive as we take a look at the playoff race in the NFC coming into the weekend.
And they have secured that spot. In the playoffs, clinching the NFC North Division, in fact. So for the moment, they would be hosting a wild card game in round 1.
And I think it is cause for celebration. Let's not get hung up on the fact that only one team now gets a bye in the first round. Win your division, get to the playoffs, celebrate that. And by the way, they are guaranteed a home game. That's a good way to start the playoffs.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones.
Number 30.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
The 32-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Operating from the gun, Rodgers. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger.
Rodgers.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. The Packers on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Here's Rodgers. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers, quick hitter here, it's complete. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
3rd and 6.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Check 55 to mine. Check.
From the gun, Rodgers. It's caught. Jones. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
That was just a good example of taking what the defense gave him. No one opened downfield, knew where his safety valve was, swung it out to him. He gets upfield and picks up the first down. Well done all the way around.
Rodgers now on first down. That is caught at the 7. And he lost the football.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Complete. Fumble on the play.
Thank goodness for heaters up here. And thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there. Alex Smith and company heading back out there now. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why. Looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win. And right now he's got his team in the lead.
And now they'll look to extend that lead.
And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there.
Jair Alexander up to make the tackle.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
On 2nd down now, it's Gibson. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
He's brought down at the 31. A gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
60 bison. Squeeze, double. Check.
Smith. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Extra point attempt to come here. And this is up and good. It cuts the lead to 28-10 now. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Alex Smith and the offense heading out for their next possession. He does have the one interception, Charles, but I think that's been more than offset by the 3 first-half touchdown passes.
I would agree with you. There is a blemish, but when you've thrown 3 touchdown passes to try and erase it, that's a little bit better than a ratio that all NFL coaches are seeking from their quarterbacks, and he's giving it to them.
They'll take the 3-1
every single time.
23 yards, the final tally.
First down, Washington.
They'll fake it. Now Smith. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
We can't have that.
A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now it's Smith. And a quick throw here, that's complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play.
And the Washington first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Here's Smith. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he was. Wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Throwing again. Smith. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
10 yards.
Again, Smith. And that will be incomplete as well.
Smith's pass intended for
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Hopkins' kick is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
at their own 23-yard line.
We get a look at Equinemius St. Brown as he and the rest of the crew march out onto the field. With them losing here in the 2nd quarter and his limited productivity so far, you'd have to think they're going to try to look to him a little bit more, right?
I would guess you would start to see maybe some quick screens, some hitches, anything to get the ball in his hands quickly and let him try and do some damage after the catch. Or maybe just flip some formations and keep him isolated where it's more of a one-on-one route and get the ball to him.
I say just 4 verts, right?
Hey, why not? 4 verts, one of the best routes in football. Hard to cover each guy all the way along the route.
So far, just 1 catch for him. To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
Exit. He's checking.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down.
They'll drop this underneath for Jones.
And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line.
Well, Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. This will be fielded at the 17.
Receiving team.
Hey, we gonna do what we do.
A pretty good return, all things considered, but holding.
I agree with you totally. It was actually a return that they were going to be very proud of. But when you end up holding and bringing it back, now your offense has to start a little bit deeper in their own territory.
He's got his man on the crossing route. And all the way down inside the 25 before he gets out of bounds. A big play there just before halftime. 53 yards. The thing that hurt on that play, the missed tackle, that allowed the extra yardage.
It's a matchup game in the NFL. You get the guy that you want isolated, have him miss a tackle, and off you go.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Throwing is Smith. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Drops it to Jones in the flat.
Rodgers pass.
This a 2nd and 7 from the 37.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you as always. Welcome into our final regular season edition of our Halftime Report. Playoff lives hanging in the balance as we take you around the NFL one final time. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. And it's the 49ers who are out in front with that game closing in on halftime. 2 touchdown passes there for Jimmy Garoppolo. Next, we head up to the Windy City. Check on the Bears at home, Soldier Field. And they've got the lead in that one over the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Nick Foles with a couple of touchdown passes. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And in that one, it's the visiting Dolphins who are out in front. The Dolphins locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. In the game you're watching, it's been the veteran Alex Smith with a strong first half. His 3 touchdown passes have his guys out in front as we hand things back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for... Quarter number 3.
Dustin Hopkins to kick off for Washington.
The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Green Bay The offense ready to take over. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. He'll throw from the gun. Caught on the right side by Jones. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. To throw, it's Rodgers. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby.
Intercepted by Washington.
The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
First possession of the second half now for Washington. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. They'll keep it on the ground. Gibson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
They'll hand it off. It's Love. 2 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, obviously they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead now they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. A first throw for the backup Haskins. And his throw here's incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups. And they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Haskins. And that will be incomplete.
Haskins pass intended for Logan Thomas. Incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 25 yards, the pickup there, and also a 1st down.
At the 36-yard line.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And now you have to wonder, partner, at what point in time do they forget the running game? It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers, and he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Montez Sweat in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Here's Rodgers to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
They'll take over first.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turning over 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing, but I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
On 1st down, here's Love. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Tackle made at the
You know how we get focused at end of the half and end of the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
Staying on the ground, it's Love. And he gets it down to the 32. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Now, we all know that an offense coordinator and a quarterback, they're aligned at the hip. But when you've got a runner who can get you that kind of yardage, that guy's invaluable.
On 1st down, it's Gibson. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
They turn to Love on the handoff, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And that will extend the lead out to 24.
34. Packers.
So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together. and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
The left side completion to Jones. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
At the 45.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space and let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
48-yard line.
3 receivers head out right, 1 to the left on 2nd and 3. To throw is Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Jones. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. The ball still a few inches shy of the marker after the 3-yard run, so now a little soul-searching on 4th down.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away.
Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10.
Time again to see Terry McLaurin in the Washington offense.
And he is closing in on the 100-yard mark for the day.
And it appears that he loved the fact that they're going to play this game earlier. You know, daytime, he's out there running around, feeling good about himself. Whatever his prep was coming in, he was able to get out there quick and fire away.
Haskins in the Washington offense going to come up here 1st and 10
at their own 15.
And he'll throw right away.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
To number 15. It's a gain of 8.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
3-yard line.
This is Love. And he's able to get up here to the 26.
Ball carrier.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
They'll run again with Love on 1st down. Preston Smith there on the stop.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
On 2nd and 9. Haskins. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
And he comes back with 1 complete.
It's a 1st down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
11 on the play. 1st down, Washington.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the carry, it's Love. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
Holding offense.
Oh, we got to do our job, man. That's it, baby. You got one.
Still first down.
Looking to throw, Haskins.
That one is slant to McLaurin.
Escapes the defender. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Kenny Clark able to put an end to that play, and in so doing, puts an end to this 3rd quarter.
That's the end of the...
1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Love. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Calling no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. Nice job there defensively to clamp down, because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Haskins will throw.
They'll set up the screen for Gibson.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front, completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. On 2nd and goal, Haskins. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Hakeem Butler with touchdown number 8 on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Well, they mentioned this week, Charles, they had a couple kinks on offense that they wanted to fix. I would say they're pretty well fixed.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, just about everything they've run has been successful in this one. And if I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm done with this, right? I have no answers for anything. In fact, I'd probably send a note to the clock operator. Let it run.
Dustin Hopkins to kick off for Washington.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
And this carries into the end. Zone.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And now back out comes the offense. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. The left side throw complete to Adams. Touchdown, Packers! With touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post-route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Takes over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Time again to see Terry McLaurin in the Washington offense.
When you're in a zone like he is, what's the conversation like on the sideline between he and his quarterback? Is that a one-way conversation of, hey, just keep getting me the football?
It actually is probably a two-way conversation because he wants to keep getting him the football because he's seeing the payoff. You know, getting the ball to that guy means yardage, and as we've seen, touchdowns in this game. So I think both of them get more and more excited about the possibilities as things continue on.
Yeah, so far it's been over 100 yards and the 2 scores. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Here's Haskins. Over the middle, open is Thomas. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
1st down, Washington.
They'll run on 1st down. Love. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
It's a game.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
second down. It's Gibson, and he's got this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Packers' 19-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps for these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. On first down, it's Love. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. The defense was ready for the run-pass option, diagnosed it perfectly.
Not only did they stack him up at the point of attack, but he was met by a host of light-colored jerseys.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
One of the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
And he finds McLaurin. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
4-yard line.
Here's Haskins, a quick throw out wide. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Defense.
And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty
I
would
don't
do
even
for
know
them?
why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10. Plays. And the result, a touchdown for Washington.
Dustin Hopkins to kick off for Washington.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Packers take over 1st and 10. At their own 24-yard line.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit up. little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Daron Payne. He's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Another try after the first down sack. Rodgers got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling.
Complete to Marquez Valdez-Scantling. 16 yards on the play. It's now 3rd down.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Intended for number 80. Incomplete.
What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
They're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. The Packers go for it. Rodgers. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. They'll run on 1st down. It's Love. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 26-yard line.
Here's Love again. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Preston Smith on the tackle. A 3-yard pickup. And it's... third down.
Washington on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Hard throw, incomplete. He was out there waving his arms saying throw it here, dropped it, not a good look.
Well, all I can do is just look at him with contempt on that one. As a defensive back, I'm saying, not as an announcer, just like, really?
A little bit of a diva look, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so, because I think what happens is he just had too much time to think. He's wide open now. Here comes the ball, and he doesn't concentrate and drops it.
So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
24-yard line.
The Green Bay offense ready to take over. And last time, went for it on fourth. Didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game, and sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
Now throwing on first down and completing it. And he'll wind up picking up about 4 as that is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
40-yard line.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Rodgers' throw is taken in by Jones. It's a gain of 5, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
Just a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 1.
And again, it's Rodgers. They will find Davis. That's complete. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They only needed 1 yard on 3rd down. They get 10 instead by going to the air. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
By Montez Sweat. A 7-yard loss. Brings up 3rd down.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off around the 41. Pass, there he goes, left side. And that's a touchdown, but hold on, there is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about.
Illegal block in the back. Offense. Automatic first down.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Now it's Barber, and he'll be taken down by the face mask, it appeared. And yes, out come the flags.
Face mask. Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. If you see it, you call it.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
He was taken down at the 22-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6. Today's finals, Washington.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Washington, they've indeed run the table here on the regular season. They finish a perfect 16-0, joining the 07 Pats and the 72 Dolphins as the only teams to ever do so. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for the Packers, despite the loss here, they're going to wind up with a very good 11-5 overall mark. And as division champs, they will host a playoff game next week in the wild card round. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gautin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.